To the December 8th, 2022 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please.
Mr. Long?
Here.
Ms. Wetzel?
Here.
Ms. Greenwald?
Here.
Any conflict of interest statements?
Nothing.
Bid opening, we do. We have two bids for the Taylor Road, approval of the minutes of the meeting of December 1st, 2022.
I'd like to make a recommendation. We approve the minutes for the meeting of December 1st. A motion, sorry.
It's okay. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Number 5 bid opening, we do have two for the Taylor Row site preparation. I'm going to be opening those now. Yes, the first one is from Dyer Construction, Dyer, Indiana. I have the bid proposal. Excuse me. Love all this. Yeah, I'm looking for that now. Form 96. The non-collusion affidavit. And what was the other thing I needed? Bid bond. And the bid bond. Let's see here. Let's see, 67. Okay, I have the, I'm going to be reading two bids, the actual bid and then the alternate bid. The first of all, the bid is $631,999.59. Would anybody like that read over again? $631,999.59. And the alternate bid is $67,585. $67,585. And again, that was from Dyer Construction. Yeah. Okay. Got on top of there. Okay, the second one is from Construction Services Incorporated, C. Lee, and that's in Hammond, Indiana. Excuse me, Gary, Indiana. We have the bid proposal. We have the Form 96. We have the non-collusion affidavit and the bid bond. The bid for the first bid is $1,390,560. Again, that's $1,390,560. And the alternate bid is $219,811.50. Would anybody like that read again? One more time, the alternate bid is $219,811.50.
Thank you to the bidders. If you would kindly make a motion to review this to the engineering department for review and tabulation and recommendation, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. So I will make that recommendation to send this down to engineering department for review,
Recommendation, tabulation and recommendation.
tabulation, and regulation.
I second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
The ayes have it. Okay. Okay, moving right along. Number 6, matters from other department heads or their representatives. Anybody have anything? Okay, moving on to number 7, new business. Letter A, I'd like to welcome the appointment of Tanisha Greenwell to serve as a member of the Board of Public Works and Safety. Makes me very lachrymose.
Yeah, I'm
Something?
feeling a little lachrymose
Yeah.
right now.
I'd like you to make a motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve Tanisha to serve as one of our board members.
And you can make a recommendation for that one. Go ahead for that recommendation, because she's not going to vote herself in.
Oh, okay. So I'll make a recommendation then.
That's okay. And I will second.
Let me wipe off your tear.
Thank you. Letter B, towing contracts from Herrera's Towing, McCoy and Sons Towing Service, Woodmar Auto Care and Towing Incorporated, and State Auto Body and Towing submitted for approval.
We're good?
Yep.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the towing contracts from Herrera's, McCoy and Sons, Woodmar Auto Care and Towing, and State Auto Body Towing.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Letter C, agreement from Northwest Indiana Forum Foundation Incorporated, received by Ann Anderson, submitted for approval.
Good morning.
Morning.
Before you is a grant agreement that we received from Northwest Indiana Forum. The Forum received $50 million this year from ARP federal funds from the state of Indiana, and they are dispersing that $50 million in about 36 projects in the Northwest Indiana region. The city of Hammond applied for $2.8 million in grant money specifically for the downtown train station that's coming up and the surrounding green space. We're calling it Station Square for now. We applied this summer. We received approval, and at this point, this is just a step that needs a signature from the Board of Public Works to start receiving the grant money. It'll run through the controller's office, so we'll create invoices, submit it to the forum, and get paid back. And we're hoping to spend, we have a timeline of the end of 2026 to spend the $2.8 million on this project. And as you know, trains coming through Hammond, we're creating this downtown train station on our own money. It's not originally part of the project. But it's a very vital part of, redeveloping our downtown and a key element that has brought in so much residential development. Any questions?
Does you have any questions?
Nope.
Thank you.
In the agreement? Yeah.
Okay. I would like to make a motion that we approve the agreement with the Northwest Indiana Forum Foundation received from Ann Anderson.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. D, the right-of-way permits received from engineering submitted for approval.
Good morning, Mark.
Mr. Gordish?
Good morning, ladies and Mr. President.
Sir?
Well, I have several today. Real quick, we'll keep it short. Sheffield 1, that was already approved. They're doing some line readjustments up by Sheffield and the area the train is working. So that has been approved. They just needed approval of a start date. Then FICAMA has one, which is really nothing. Kennedy Avenue between 65th and 69th, they are stringing the wires up. They anticipate approximately 3 days. They're looking at being finished up Saturday, so it's going smooth, no complaints. So that's finally getting done. So we have another one just south of there, which I talked to, or left a message for Chief Long, and they found that particular closure for south of Kennedy from 69th to 72nd to be quite dangerous in the work zone. And I believe they have officers out there, which NIPSCO's paying, to keep them safe. They want to longen the closure, meaning the traffic 2 ways, north and south, there's going to be an official request coming in. But they found it unsafe just trying to do it in the parking lane. So I would just like to
Keep in
mention,
mind, Mark, that one, they did hire 2 police officers.
Yes.
But they did say it's probably going to go through the end of the month. I don't know if you're aware
I
of that or not.
got an update, yes, which
Okay.
I wasn't, they kind of was lacking on information the past
They
couple
told us
days.
yesterday, so.
Okay. Then 402 65th Street, they are doing some work for the train, meaning they're doing some underground work, some boring. They have to check a AT&T height of the duct, which is going to take approximately 1 hour. So they have traffic control. So I don't foresee a problem with that. Passion has 2 for Holman and Michigan. Basically, what they did the last round with that particular area was to drill caissons. Now they're going to put up the hammerhead bridge support and pour that. So that's coming up here in a couple, well, actually next week. Then south side of 73rd, it's not being closed. They have to string some fiber optics underneath. They're boring it, so there shouldn't be a problem, no traffic disturbances. And that is it. So I would recommend approval.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank
Mark.
you.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the right-of-way permits received from Mark Gordish in our engineering department.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, letter E, garage sale permits for approval, submitted for approval.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the garage sale permits as presented.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Letter F, notice of violation hearing for property 4313 Baltimore.
Morning, Board.
Morning.
Morning.
I inspected the property at 4313 Baltimore Avenue on November 8th, 2022, and found that the property contains a nonconforming second-floor apartment. Based on the lack of fire separation, permits to account for the creation of the unit and the zoning for the property. Have been in contact with the owner. He is hiring contractors to properly convert the property to a single-family residence, so we asked the Board to affirm the removal order.
Affirm the what?
The order.
Oh, okay.
For removal, yeah.
Okay, I will make a motion that we request the resident at 4313 to affirm the order.
Yeah, just approve the order for removal.
Approve the order.
Yes.
Approve the order for removal.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 8, correspondence.
I have nothing.
Number 9, matters from board members. You guys have anything?
Nothing at all.
Nothing, okay. Number 10, old business. Letter A, status for Jimenez Auto.
Going to the board.
Morning.
I know that Mr. Bartholomew is on via Zoom. I know his clients are also here. Good morning. And Brian, Mr. Poland, our city planner, is also present. As the board's aware, this has been an ongoing, for some time, issue. Jimenez continues to operate, I don't want to say without a business license. We've allowed them to do that while this is pending at their 149th and Calumet location. We've spent some considerable time working on an alternate location on Homan Avenue at the old car wash between, I think it's Hoffman and Chicago or thereabouts. Mr. Bartholomew and I had some conversation yesterday specifically about his clients wishing to abandon that project on Homan, and they have recently purchased a property on Calumet near their current location. I want to say it's 4906. It's like the budget rental, and it's got some property in the back. I'll let Mr. Bartholomew kind of speak a little bit more to that. And that's, I believe, their plan to move forward. Mr. Poland has talked to Mr. Bartholomew as well about, the zoning of that area and what would have to be done. But I'm here to just comment that whatever we decide to do, I think we need to really decide on a plan, set a timeline, and then if it doesn't meet the timeline, my suggestion would be to move towards shutting down the current business because it continues to provide a lot of traffic and unwanted cars and other, and people and other things around that neighborhood, which is residential. So that's where I'm at. I'll let Mr. Bartholomew speak to his position and his client's position on the property.
Morning, folks.
Morning.
Just, I guess, first and foremost, as a point of clarification, my clients don't necessarily intend to abandon the development of the car wash. The concern is they had their contractors retained, came out and gave estimates for the work pursuant to the site plans that we had worked up, and it appeared things were going to be a little bit more expensive than they had anticipated, and they felt that if they're going to do the car wash location, they may need to do it at a pace that's not quick enough to accommodate what the city is going to want. So in the meantime, they had purchased this other location at 4906 Calumet. That's a location that is it's zoned industrial, which I have already spoken to Mr. Pullman about that, and at least the zoning on its face doesn't seem like it's going to cause any problems. The property is one parcel with a budget truck rental in the front, in sort of a front structure. Then there's a rear structure shaped like a V or like an L that has multiple garage bays in it, which are rented at least through the end of the year. And my client's proposal was, if it was permissible with the city, they could move their business to this new location, operate from there until the car wash location could be made suitable for a move, and then they would examine moving at that time. But that would allow them enough time to budget for the repairs and the improvements at the car wash location. So I think the short-term plan has really shifted in my client's eyes to, can we use this new location? Would that be permissible with the city? We know it's zoned correctly. I think I need to have some further conversations with Ryan concerning the business licensing. The question that would come up is there's multiple garage bays at this location. Up until now, there have been multiple, I think it's actually multiple businesses operating from there. If not businesses, at least multiple tenants at that location. I don't want to end up in the same situation that we're in now, though, where, at the present location of the car shop, we can't get a business license because you can't get the business license for two businesses at the same location. So I guess that's my biggest question now, as far as approval from the city, is whether that would pose a difficulty. But that was the proposal I discussed with my client last week, and if they're there, I can't see them, but perhaps they have something to add to that.
They are here at the podium, and I think you've got some pictures.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and, are those all the same?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
all
you
the
want to
same.
maybe just give one or two to the board so they
Yeah.
can take a look? So, and I also, Brian, do you want to come up and say anything about the current zoning or those issues? Have you had an opportunity to review this?
This is the new property, and actually right now, this area here, which is site number 4, it actually has 2 bays available. He purchased this, the whole thing that he purchased is actually this complete area here. So these are bays as well, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but they're all rented out to, just storage, and there's currently a body shop in number 3. But this parking is all available. We wouldn't be in
So you would have access to two bays?
Yes.
How many do you have currently at the location you're at now?
Location, we only have one garage door with 2 lifts.
All right, you can come on back, because I just want to mention, the one thing I like about that property is that it takes a lot, there's a lot of space in the rear to put cars and stuff and get them off the street. But again, I want Mr. Poland to kind of speak to what, his initial thoughts are on this location.
Sure. As was stated, the property is industrially zoned, so the car repair activity would be a permitted use. In comparing that to the other location, that was a continuation of a similar legal nonconforming use, so a permitted use is certainly a higher, a better status for a property. So it was just an initial conversation. I think there's still a lot of the detailed questions that I would need to look into when it comes to site plan issues and fencing and things like that. As also was previously stated, this is a single tax parcel with an address, but it has multiple buildings with multiple postal addresses. So we just kind of have to coordinate that with any of the business license issues so we know what's being assigned to where. The location is currently already being used as, I think, auto body, thank you. Auto body, collision repair, painting. So it's what they're asking for is similar enough in use. So it's a very comparable situation.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have an objection to multiple licenses if we can, as Brian said, because there's different postal addresses, and it's kind of like if you think of like a strip mall, you still have, it's one parcel, but you got suite A, B, C, D, et cetera. So it's similar to that, and as long as their use could fit into the 2 bays that are available, and I'm hoping what they would eventually do is maybe even take over additional bays as those leases end, right? And then that, it could be a pretty good solution, I think, to where they're at now. Get everything off the street, get everything in the back, and I think that would help the neighborhood out substantially. So this might be a great revelation, but I'd like to keep it pretty tight on time. And as Christian mentioned, some of the leases end at the end of the year, so I'm assuming that means that by January, provided everything else is given to Mr. Poland, that we set it for an early January status, and that at that time, we need an absolute date certain for when they're going to move over there, as long as everything works out with Mr. Poland.
I agree. I mean, we want the business to stay open and thrive, of course, but the timing of buying this other property makes me wonder the seriousness of the Hammond address the entire time. And as you know, this has been going on a long time. So I would definitely want something, like you said, concrete by whatever date we set in January.
So maybe we could have that second week, maybe like the, what is that, the 12th?
The 12th, yeah.
How about January 12th for a kind of a plan, Christian, if that works for you guys? Maybe by that time you can have the leases worked out and figured out with Brian, more of a more detailed site plan with him.
That works for my schedule.
Okay.
So is that for status for the 12th?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we set Jimenez Auto for status for January 12th, 2023.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good luck.
Yeah, well, I guess they wanted us to have them. Okay, letter B, status for 7217 Harrison.
Yes, Jordan's here on that one. As the board's aware, we were here last time on September 15th. There was an ongoing, this is a demolition matter. It's been ongoing for some time. We did learn that United Construction is there. Ms. Ruiz appeared on behalf of them back in May. The rehab was entered, I believe, in June, and then we renewed it in September, and we're here for a status. Jordan's reported to me that things are moving along. I'll let him speak to that, but what we're probably going to request is a 60-day status, and by that time, we think we can get it off the demo list.
Okay.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
Hi. So the property has been moving along. The progress is coming together very well. Everything on the outside has been either rehabbed or repaired. The only actions that potentially need to go forward are inspections of any work that goes on the interior. The outside is looking fine. I would recommend that a status date for 60 days to see where the progress is at on that date.
It's looking like February 9th.
Does February 9th sound okay?
Sure.
Okay, I will make a motion that we set 7217 Harris for status for February 9th, 2023.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Letter C, status for 4440 Torrance.
So, board may recall, this is Mr. Medina. He's usually on Zoom from Florida. It was 3 properties, 44, 36, 38, 40. This is the last one. In talking to Chris, the inspector for this property, 44, 36, and 38 have been sold, I believe, or 36 has? 36 has been sold, 38 was demolished. Okay, I'm sorry, that's right. 38's down. 44, 36 has been sold. 44, 40, it looks like the siding was completed. This is back from October when we had our status. No interior work was completed to Mr. Luter's knowledge. So I think what we'd like to do is just get a final on this. I think they're waiting for final inspections. Set it for that February 9th date, and by that time, kind of similar, I think it'll come off and we'll be done. So, and I just would ask Linda to confirm that 44, 36, and 38, that the demo orders have been rescinded. So we'll just leave 44, 40 for
Gotcha.
February 9th.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to make a motion that we set for status 4440 Torrance Avenue for February 9th, 2023.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Letter D, status for First Baptist Church street closure. I can let you know that we received an email from them stating they couldn't have a representative here today. Linda sent them back an email stating that it was very important that we had a conversation with them and asked them to be here next week. So we're just going to have them here next week, just so everybody's aware of that. So if you could, yeah.
Yep, I will make a motion that we set First Baptist Church street closure to status for next week, which is December 15th.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Number 11, rental registration hearings. I don't think we have any. Number 12, meetings open to the public. Anybody like to speak? Chris, you good back there? I'm good. Okay. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.